Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you one of my routine that I do in my no spray garden. So in front of me right here, this is a bucket, what you call bucket, of the disease, the leaves that have diseased and pest and basically unhealthy leaves that I try to do this once or twice a week, or as I come out to visit my garden, and if I see black spots or anything, I try to remove them as soon as I see them. But of course, I'm not going to have the time every day to spend to clean up and do that. So at least once a week I try to come out and clean that up. And I would say that removal is the name of the game when it comes to growing roses, because as soon as you spot diseased leaves, even if you spray, they're not going to help fix these bad unhealthy leaves. So the best thing you can do is to remove them as soon as you can and get them out of your garden. As far as leaves that drops onto the ground, you need to remove those as well. That is one of the newbie mistake that I made when I first start growing roses. I just let them dispose, which is a bad idea, because the disease like spores from black spots and things like that can jump back onto your rose. So overall, at this time, I think the roses still look pretty good. I already cleaned up over here and the rest of my garden, and it is so difficult to do in the summer because it gets so hot. So I try to do it first thing in the morning around 7 or 8 a.m. before the sun comes out. And this morning it's kind of cool, a little cooler, so that makes it easier to do. And since I do not spray, right, the way that I can tell whether my roses are still in good shape or not, I can tell by the look, the foliage and new growth and things like that. So to me, as long as an overall health of my rose, so let's say this one right here, this is Evelyn. It grows as a climber, so it's like going all over the place. In this bed right here is 5 by 7. I wish that I chose different varieties because all three of them grow so big and it's getting crowded. So as long as the plant, the bush has about between 10 or 30% of the disease on them, to me that is still that still indicates that they are okay. But if you start seeing maybe 90% of the leaves having black spots and things like that, that means they are definitely under distress. And that I have that happen to me before, not that it never happens at all. And so what I did personally, I'm not going to say that it's the right thing to do or the best method or whatever, because people have different ways as far as caring for their roses. And if you spray, you do what's best for you. But I decide not to, due to if I don't know if you read my blog, and that shares the reason that I decide not to spray, because of the back of my fence. It is pretty wild back there, and there are a lot more pests back there that I cannot control, even if I spray with chemical every week, every few days. That's just too much for me. So for this rose right here, Evelyn, it's not the healthiest one, but it's not my worst. So as you can see, it has black spots here and there, and then I try to remove it, and leaves on the floor as well. Try to pick those up so that the spores will not jump back on. So this one right here, I would say maybe 40%, 30% I would say maybe around 20 to 30% has diseased leaves. I just remove them, and then the new leaves will come out. And even the one that maybe have some of them that have 80% of the leaves or diebacks and things like that that develop on the canes, I prune and clean up as well, and then they will come back and looking healthy again. So this bed right here, I had to use the chicken wires to fence this area because of the armadillo situation that I have, because they like to get into this bed and find food in there. So I had to put something up, otherwise everything would be dead by now. So, and looks like I have a lot of dragonfly. I don't know if this camera can capture that, but there's a ton of dragonflies in my garden the past few days. They're flying everywhere. That is so magical. So that's all I want to share in this video.